Let me thank the press for being here. Y'all play a vital role of bringing our community together. We're in Kingwood today, but all Houstonians are focused on what's best for Kingwood in the city of Houston. We're not threatened in central Houston or most parts of Houston, but certainly if any parts of Houston like Kingwood is facing challenges, that's where we want to be. And I ask all Houstonians to keep Kingwood and surrounding areas in their prayers, open up their homes, their goodwill, and let's let Houston see the best of Houston during these very challenging times. I'm very pleased to give a report, and I'm accompanied by County Commissioner Ramsey, who serves this area, so ably reaching out to me this morning to share resources, information, in collaboration along with our State Representative Cunningham, our City Council Flickinger. This is the way it's supposed to work, that collaboration. I've heard from the governor today. Governor Abbott called to offer any assistance. We've been in touch with the Emergency Center at the state of Texas, NIM KID. I want Houstonians to know that everyone is in place. Our first responders are here. You can see the resources and equipment that is prepared for peak levels of the east and west forks of the San Jacinto. We've been in contact with the San Jacinto River Authority. They're doing the very best they can to release the needed water from Lake Conroe, but no more than necessary to respect the safety and welfare of Kingwood. So there again, it's communication. And I'm communicating through the press this afternoon with Houstonians to be on alert. Certainly the Kingwood area. You've been through this before. It's unfortunate, but we know what we have to do. Be alert. Evacuate if at all possible if you're in a low-lying area. Go to safety. Do not wait till it's too late and then you endanger our first responders. So leave this afternoon. The peak, as we will hear from our authorities, the East Fork of the San Jacinto will peak tonight between 10 and 11. Tomorrow, the West Fork from 3 to 5. And all of this is very fluid, of course, but this is our best estimate. So we have time to relocate. We have shelters in place. We have Metro here to furnish transportation. We're all in this together. With that said, thank all of our first responders. We have HPD, we have our Chief Pena, Chief Satterwhite, collaboration. I want to thank the fire department for allowing us to gather in this glamorous location. And I say that not bragging on the facility. If you want to really do a story someday, I don't want to digress from our storm, but you ought to check out the facilities that we expect our first responders to work out of. With that said, let's get back to the business at hand. I want to yield to Commissioner Ramsey. Thank you for the county cooperation, and you're reaching out, you're serving your precinct very ably, and thank you for your cooperation.
Thank you, Mayor. As the Mayor has just said, the next 24 hours, it's important. We can get people out, and in the next 10 hours are important. But the East Fork of the San Jacinto River is going to peak before midnight tonight. People that are east, that are west of 2100 on the San Jacinto River need to get out now, because that peak, the current level of the water is 74 feet. It's going to go up another 3 feet before midnight tonight, and it'll peak. We've evacuated roughly 50 people, and that's all of us, Houston PD, Sheriff's Office, the county, the city. Again, as the Mayor said, all working together to try to get people out of harm's way. But it really does need to start. It really does need to start now. The West Fork, which, by the way, just a bit of information, every drop of water that falls north of Harris County in Montgomery County, Walker County, Liberty County is going to come through Precinct 3, as in this location. All of it ends up in Kingwood. All of it ends up in Lake Houston. So with the West Fork and the East Fork, all of that is draining down through this area. This is an important drainage point for the entire area, the entire region. That's why we're focused on this now. We need to focus on it, I think, after it gets dried and then the weather improves. But I think the main point tonight is to get people out immediately, because we've got airboats, we've got rescue facilities, but it is extremely difficult at 11 o'clock at night. It's dark, you have children, you have animals, you have friends, you have neighbors. That makes it 10 times as hard. So we've got resources set up, shelters set up, a way to get people away from harm's way right now, but now is the time to get off the river and evacuate.
Can you give some specific street names just for people so they know? I know you just gave a general area, but just some street names.
Well, if you start, I'm going to do subdivisions. If you start generally on the north, on the east fork of the San Jacinto River, and if you look at some of those, Idlewild and Idle Glen subdivision, the Northwood Country Estates, River Terrace, Cypress Point, the Commons. There's a few areas in the Commons that could possibly flood. So that's on the San Jacinto Riverside, and then of course southern portion of Kingwood. If you're in the southern portion of Kingwood, you need to pay attention to where you are. This storm is only second to.
I think you had it best when you said everything west of 2100. That's
Yeah.
the street name you're
Yeah.
looking for is 2100.
Yeah, that'd be the simplest thing to do. I agree with you, Councilmember.
Thank you.
In the Huffman area, for sure.
I mean, we had water in the parking lot at the community center in Huffman. We had to move down to Crosby. So this, we've suffered with a significant rainfall event, and we've got the resources to respond. We need the public's help in getting folks out of town.
And the citizens should be aware, just because we'll have clear skies, that does not mean we're not under danger. The water's coming out of Limestone, Polk, and Montgomery County. So yesterday we were concerned in stationing equipment, and we had a clear sky. So I think we have to guard against any false impression that have been cleared. The water is coming this way. And as the commissioner said, we have time to prepare as we talk now, but it will be just a few hours from now where it'll be impassable. State Representative?
Just a few things. Thank you, Mayor. Charles Cunningham, State Representative, District 127, and I have all the northeast part of Harris County. What the mayor and the commissioner has said, we want to make sure we adhere to that. I want to just touch on something moving forward in the future. It is hard to have 4 months of rain in about a week's time. And so I want to first tip my hat off to the San Jacinto River Authority, but I will say that we're going to have to look and make sure that we're still following our protocols, because there is some questions to be answered. But I want to thank the mayor, I want to thank the commissioner, I want to thank my councilman, Fred Flickinger. But moving forward, we just want to make sure, because once again, we know we can't control Mother Nature.
All right, we've been listening to local officials talking about the dangers along the San Jacinto River tonight, which will peak tonight. They're urging everybody in those areas that are at risk to get out now, because it's harder to do at night. Reiterating the fact that all the water from the north ends up in Kingwood. And we just heard 4 months of rain happened in the span of a week.
All too much, all at once. Mayor Whitmire also saying that there are equipment and resources and the emergency responders there to assist. But now is the time to evacuate these areas, as the San Jacinto is expected to crest and peak tonight. All right.